Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sandra Tarot. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is your new moon in Leo reading. This is for the 16th of August, 2023. It's also good for the day before and the day after as well, as that's a gradual energy change. And I will not bore you with the astrology for the new moon. I may mention it throughout the reading. However, I will let you guys look at that up in depth on your own. I do have your cards already out on the table. We'll be using the Sacred Travelers Oracle, the Magical Dogs Tarot, and we'll be clarifying with the Energy and Spirit Oracle as well. I will list those in the description box down below along with your timestamps. And I'd like to remind everyone that this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading. I am reading for the collective. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So let's go ahead and jump right into what you see on the table here. And we'll begin with our first column, which is the energy that's working for you this new moon in Leo. We have a stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are literally trying new risks and new power plays. And yes, moving in silence. In other words, you're trying something new out, maybe for a business, and you're not saying what that is to other people. You're just giving it a go and testing in the background of, okay, does this work? Is this a valid opportunity? Is this a valid path to take? And they're drawing me to the word power. You're going to have a lot of energy prevalent throughout this new moon in Leo. Powerful ideas. Power to manifest and get creative. And just energy in general. Don't be surprised if you get lots of downloads, things that are lighting you up quite a bit during this new moon. So please pay attention to that. If you're seeing signs, synchronicities, having weird dreams that give you this off-the-wall idea for, your next creative art project, listen to that, please. So let's go ahead and dig further into this. We have the Justice in the reverse. The Chariot, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Seems like a contradiction, but there it is. And we have the King of Cups in the reverse. Okay. And in other words, we have great opportunity to make fantastic headway, to launch yourself forward, and to do so in a more productive, balanced manner, because we're choosing the right things and we're halting our progress on things that cause us discomfort, things that we need to disconnect from, things that really just aren't working. So things that are like mundane, cause displeasure, things that cause stress, we're trying to slow down the energy we give to those things during this new moon. That is something that will help you. And we're going full steam ahead with things that give back more. Things that the energy is freely moving. And when I mean that, when you have less resistance. That's why we have our lovely Chariot card. Now, I will say for the new moon in Leo, there's lots of energy with this particular placement, along with all the other astrological placements. And in fact, when I said you might be receiving downloads, things that light you up, this is a time period where, yes, you're going to have lots of things grabbing your attention. New places to be, new people to meet, new ideas, all this new stuff. But it's going to be here, and it's going to be there, it's going to be everywhere. And even though we haven't gotten into what's working against you, it feels like already, even without looking at this, that part of what's going to be a downside for you is all this is happening, and it's like a whole bunch of shiny objects. You're like, ooh, what is this? Ooh, what is this? And off you go. You may feel like you're being pulled in a couple different directions, and you can't give your energy to everything. And this is why picking and choosing, when you're faced with two different, okay, they want me to show you. When you're faced with a couple different choices, you're going to have to choose which one appeals to you more. And it's because you might have 5 things that are going on, and 3 of them really excite you. But you can only choose so many things. You can only do so much in the time you are given. So yes, the things that are just kind of go ahead and pass on it. But the things that are really exciting to you, even if they're risky, and normally you'd be like, nah, I don't want to do that. Pay attention to it. Go ahead, give it a try. I mean, sure, if you fail, fine. We all fail. But this is a time period, with it being a new moon, where we get to try things. We get to take risks and see how things play out. So don't be afraid to do that, because there's plenty of energy working around here to utilize and to use, to manifest, to create permanent change. And they're highlighting the word strong beyond measure for me. So yes, endurance, going the distance, things that will last. But pinpointing what is something worth it to you is going to vary for everyone. And you might have more than one item that comes up that you need to keep, but you still have to try it to begin with. So don't be afraid to. Let's see what else they would like to add for energy working for you during this time period. Freedom. Moving on, letting go. Yes, you're freeing yourself. So instead of holding back, instead of keeping yourself small, instead of avoiding risk, you're more apt to take it. To take that leap, to go ahead and be like, okay, I would never normally do this, but let's go for it. Hey, what the heck? You only live once. YOLO, and you give it a try. And it turns out it's something that is the greatest thing ever. So there's potential for self-discovery during this time period. Sensitivity and strength. Tapping the forces within. This is why they gave you that stepping into power card, and they highlighted the strong beyond measure. You have more talents, gifts, perseverance, and fortitude than what you think you do. And with this, it's also manifestation ability. So while the energy's there, it's best to harness it, to utilize it to the best of your abilities. So perhaps you are going to discover an untapped talent. It wouldn't surprise me that you give a new hobby a try, and it turns out that you've got a natural knack for it. And it's not just beginner's luck. It's actually something that's more ingrained in you, but you may not have been prone to try it until now. So pay attention to things like that. Okay, I have to pick this back up because they're actually highlighting the white feather for me. Now, feathers, white feathers are purity. They're also signs usually from your spirit team, particularly your guardian angels. Don't be surprised if you see signs and synchronicities, repeating numbers. But since they're highlighting the feather for me, pay attention to any feathers that may cross your path. And they're also highlighting the dove that's in the freedom card. So feathers for you. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into our energy that is working against us. So the resistance that we may come across during this new moon in Leo. We have navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. Impasse. Reflect and redirect your energy. Okay, I mentioned this earlier because I kind of felt it before I even got to this point, that you might have several things that are lighting you up, and with that, your focus is just splayed in so many different directions. You're like a kid in a candy store. You can't take it all in. You don't know what you want to focus on first, what you want to touch, what you want to, taste, what you want to take home with you. There's too much going on that sometimes your focus and ability to truly follow through maybe a little frazzled. So there might be moments where you doubt yourself, where you're like, oh, I want to do this, and then you see something else, you're like, oh no, I want to do that, and then you're stuck with multiple options. You're spoiled for choice, basically. And with that might come the point where you're unable to choose. I know spoiling for choice, having all these options and things show up all at once in a time period usually is a good thing. But for right now, being spoiled for choice might split your attention enough, your energy enough, and distract you enough that you may not be able to fully follow your emotions. You might hesitate, is what I'm saying. So pay attention. Make sure you slow down. Oh. Yeah, slow down. Slow down. That way you can identify any discomforts, anything that's not worth connecting to, that things that don't speak to you. That way you can't avoid those items. So with all this energy, you might feel like, pardon the analogy, you might feel like a dog running around with the zoomies, just chasing their own tail. First over here and over there and running around, and they're all excited. Little kid in a candy store, remember? So slow yourself down and feel where that energy is pulling you. Some of these are really great. Being spontaneous, freeing yourself, being able to take risks, try new things, especially for those of us that don't like change, for those of us that really don't like anything new, just period, anything new. For those of us that are a very low risk personality, there's going to be a bigger shift felt during this new moon, simply because the universe is going to urge you to try new, everything new. And some of these are really awesome, but it only works if you know the right doors to walk through. Granted, like I said, we all fail, so Don't be surprised if you try something new and it doesn't pan out, so don't beat yourself up about it. Just FYI. Alright, and then we have the 5 of Cups in the reverse. The Call, which is the Judgment in the reverse. And the Strength card in the reverse. And because this is a resistance position, it's like I've got the same card in the reverse twice. So yes, lots of happiness, lots of joy, a lot of things to be enthusiastic about. This is where I get that excited puppy energy, or the kid in the candy store energy coming from. Things that don't normally call to you are going to literally start pulling you in, and that's the distraction. You're unfocused a little bit. It never probably would have occurred to you to, try skydiving when you have a fear of airplanes. Something like that might actually happen during this new moon in Leo. And with that comes some doubt, some inability to wonder if it's right. That risk assessment. Let's put it that way. Risk assessment. So don't be too harsh on yourself, and realize that, yes, some things will work out, some things won't. It's okay to give certain things a try during this time. I know you can't try everything all at once, and there's going to be several things, several options. They're actually pointing out some of the stars on this card. There's going to be several things that come up for every single person during this time. Like I said, spoiled for choice. But you're not going to be able to do all of it. So pick the ones that are going to work out the best, or that you feel the strongest pull for. The ones that you think will give you the most freedom, the most joy. So please take the time to slow down and recognize what those are. That way you don't miss the opportunity to go after it. Remember, Mercury is in Virgo during this new moon, if I'm not mistaken. And that will help you to reassess what needs to be done. Okay, they gave us quite a bit. We have past life guides, karmic lessons, present existence. Okay, and this is why they were highlighting the white feather, which I mentioned earlier, your guardian angels, your spirit team, literally, and the stars. You have the universe giving you multiple things, spoiled for choice. Relaxation. Peaceful pursuits, happy times. Yeah. Remember I said this is like every card I got in the reverse twice, and then we have the 5 of Cups. So lots of peace, lots of joy, lots of happiness. And with relaxing, yes, that means slowing down. That means, yes, enjoying your freedom. So for some of us, this is just going to be free time. Relaxing time, time for fun during this new moon in Leo. And I strongly encourage every single person during this new moon in Leo to take time away from work, away from, the humdrum, mundane, family, daily routine, the bill paying, and, the house cleaning. Go do something fun. And if you're not getting out of the house to do something fun, do something relaxing. That movie that you wanted to see and you missed it in the movie theater, but now it's out on DVD, and you purchased it like a week ago, but you haven't watched it. You don't know if you'll like it, but you bought it anyway. Go watch that movie. Take some joy, some fun for yourself. Okay. They highlighted the stars over here in the navigating by the stars. They're now highlighting the stars and the relaxation card, because there is stars in the sky as well. So if you're being pulled in several directions, you have many opportunities to enjoy yourself, yes, but there's also many opportunities to relax, decompress, to enjoy your me time. Enjoy the time that you're not at that stressful job, all, like you are from day to day. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Don't forget about it. Ascended Masters, devoted spirits with specific intentions. Okay. This ties in with our past life guides as well. So help from beyond. Hence why they keep pointing out the stars. You have the universe giving you items, things showing up, opportunities. Whether that is opportunity to try things new, an opportunity to make different choices, opportunities to discover, opportunities to utilize your energy and maybe use it in a different way. I wouldn't be surprised, because we have the Ascended Masters here, I would be surprised if one of the options you are given while you're spoiled for choice isn't tied to your life purpose. It wouldn't surprise me. For a majority of you, yes, you might discover what your life purpose is, or you might start a new hobby that leads to, something else, to segue to something else that actually is your life purpose. Like I said, signs, synchronicities, that strong pull that you feel to try something new that is going to last. Pay attention to those. Your dreams, pay attention to those during this time. Simply because of the sense of self-discovery and everything else that can be worked into this new moon. There's quite a lot of energy going on that not only lights you up personally, not only makes things easier, lighthearted, more prone to joy, gets you out of a comfort zone, hence with the Freedom card. It gets you out of your shell. It gets you out and moving and trying new things and being exuberant about it. So with all that spontaneity, all that exuberance, all, the bright colors, being that kid in the candy store, remember to slow down and focus. Remember to slow down and avoid the things that really don't speak to you, that aren't good choices, that already that you've tried that probably didn't work. Instead, try something new, choose something different. Now that I sent a whole bunch of cards flying over. All right. We're going to go ahead and jump into our outcome now. We have the Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. Passion and pleasure. Savor your life. Traveling lightly. Simplify your life. Great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. I actually really love this as an outcome, because this is basically everything I've said about this new moon encompassed into one. Yes, there's opportunities to make headway. There's lots of joy, positivity, energy, things to celebrate. It's that zeal for life kind of coming back in, and everything kind of shifting out of the way so you can enjoy life. To remember what it's like to live and be in the moment and be awe-inspired as a child. because of all these choices, these options, opportunities that are lighting you up and being presented to you. So take advantage of them. And yes, for some of you, that is going to include a risk. Probably something that you may not have ever tried before or ever considered before. But hey, give it a go. Give it a go. There's something to be said for spontaneity. And as somebody that maybe not be the most spontaneous person, it's okay sometimes to get out of the routine, to, break up the monotony. Okay, I have to bring this back for the Gates of Triumph because they're literally showing me the door. The gates are open, the door is open. So a door, a portal card, basically. That's what this new moon is. So, yes, by all means, see what there is. Go on an adventure. Have a thrill. And that could be something big or something small. Like I said, you could end up skydiving. You could end up taking up a new hobby that leads you to your life purpose. Maybe what you just need is to do something new or do something that you haven't done in the longest time to relax. Like hiking in a spot that you've never hiked before and watching the sunset. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Four of Cups in the reverse, the Mage, which is our magician in this deck, the Sun in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. And I really enjoy this as clarification, yes. Literally being catapulted forward. Or as you can see, this dog is leaping. Leaps and bounds. Forward progress. Heading in a direction that literally lights you up. Without having to maybe get the sense of holding yourself back with the Four of Cups in reverse. You might normally hold yourself back. You might doubt yourself. You might overanalyze, talk yourself out of it. That is not going to happen. Instead, you're just going for it, leaping for it. You're following your feelings and getting dizzy and following your face, if that makes sense. The things that light you up, you're headed in that direction. And yes, it's energy to where you can triumph, to create, to manifest, where you've had the discomfort, where you've had no reward recently, where you haven't had pleasure. So if you've been all work and no play for the longest time, now's the time for play. If you haven't had good career success lately, pay attention to the ideas that come up, because some of those are something that you can move on that really will turn things around going forward. There's so much good stuff. And I like this for a new moon reading, because even what's resisting you is just kind of a lack of focus. Alright, my lovelies, I do apologize for the cutaway. As you can see, I have a couple more cards on the table. My camera decided it wanted to cut out, so, sorry, some of the live shuffling is now no longer live because I was continuing talking and the camera was not recording. So, we're going to go back over this in detail. We have elementals, nature, spirits, the 4 elements. Like I said, you're going to be fully engaged. Things are going to start lighting you up. You're going to have communications coming in. Remember your feathers, your signs, synchronicities, and your dreams. Pay attention to that. Your emotions are going to be engaged as well. You're going to be very enthusiastic, excited, exuberance, lots of energy, and there is great potential for manifesting, for drawing in what you like, to creating what you like. It's this stepping into your power card that we started on. Soulful appreciation, heartfelt gratitude. Sometimes life is really not that complicated. Realizing that things could be worse, things could be better, appreciating what we have, enjoying the moment as it happens, knowing that that moment is not going to last forever. It'll be gone in a sec. The next moment isn't here yet. Appreciating that in and of itself. Those small little moments. We always have to hold on to happiness. Appreciate the happy times when the happy times happen, because life can't always be, rainbows and sunshine. However, appreciating the good while it's here, the joy while it's here, the adventure while it's here is part of the process. Beneath the surface, hidden truths, something unknown. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you don't discover your life purpose or something that leads you to your life purpose. Rediscovering your joy as well, for those of us that may have forgotten how to look at the world with the eyes of a child. To let go. And with that, like I said, beware your signs and synchronicities. Those are things that are trying to grab your attention to show you the way. Phase entanglement, emotional influence. Okay. As much as this has women depicted on this card, that's not what this is for. Like I said, your emotions will very much be engaged, but this is tied to our 2 cards that we had here. The past life guides and the ascended masters. You have part of the universe, you have part of your spirit team trying to help you, and they are trying to send you signs, synchronicities, opportunities to you to elicit a response, to get you engaged, which means you have to be emotionally invested. They're trying to get your attention and get you to follow that joy, the happiness, that free-flowing energy, because it's where you need to go. And for some of that, it's to free you from confusion, as you can see from her face. Confusion, that confusing look she has. Perhaps you've, been totally stressed out. Perhaps you've been confused on what why are you here? Is it worth it anymore? Should I quit? What's the meaning of life? What's the sense of it all? You might be asking things like that. Whereas now you're getting guidance from your spirit team in order to have some of those answers, to get you in the right direction, to get you moving. And like I said, I apologize for my camera cutting out. I did ask if there was any final messages, and this is what came up. Up from the depths, releasing difficulty. Literally letting it go. It's all summed up in this one card that we have right here. Freedom. Moving on. Letting go. To get out of our own way. To free ourselves from this cage. As you can see, this cage door is open and the bird is flying away. To have freedom. To have joy. To breathe deep. And not be confined anymore. To stop putting ourselves in a small little box. To realize our potential. To create and live the way we want. And as you can see in this card, she's literally walking up from choppy waters, up the stairs towards the sun, to follow the joy, the warmth, the light, happiness. Leave the stress behind. Sometimes it's easier just to get out of your own way and realize that life is actually pretty simple. And you might as well enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it while you're here. Realize that you are a small part of a larger picture, and to follow the light. To be in awe and have that sense of wonder and explore your world to the fullest extent of your ability. And that's kind of what this new moon is going to do. So you might as well take advantage of it. If you can't get out there, then relax. Let go of the stress. Decompress. Realize that it doesn't have to be that hard. Recuperate if you must. But at the same time, find your happiness, find your joy, follow it, follow that positive vibration, follow those positive emotions. They're sent, there's messages sent to help lead you in that, or direction. Pay attention to any open doors, the opportunities that show up. They're literally sent to you to guide you. Let me look, make sure there's nothing else they would like me to cover. Alright, I do believe we are good. So my lovelies, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope some of this resonated for you. As I said, I do apologize for my camera cutting out. I was on a roll and, well, technical difficulties are what they are. And if this does resonate with you, please, by all means, give me a big thumbs up. Don't be shy. Go ahead and leave me a line in the comment section down below. Remember, I do have the decks also listed in the description box. Go ahead and expand that if you need to. Feel free to share the video anywhere online. I truly appreciate those that do. It helps the channel grow. Feel free to subscribe, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified anytime one of my videos premieres or I go live on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.